A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Shooting up!
What's going on, Star Wars fam? I'm your bro host, Daniel Miller. Welcome back to another episode of Shooting a Poodoo. I was off for a week. I was excited. You know, it's got to get that out.
It's like we've been gone for a lot longer than that. I don't know why.
I know.
Hey. Oh, well.
How is everybody? And welcome back the chat and everybody, my lovely bro hosts. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Hello. Cowabunga dudes.
Exactly.
I got to, I've been rewatching Game of Thrones, and I walked in here 20 minutes into the Red Wedding episode. And
Fun.
so I know that's going on out there.
Nice.
So
what
that's what I'm
episode.
doing.
I remember at the end of that night, like the internet was like, wow.
It's funny because we were just talking about like rewatches. And is this like someone watching it for the first time, or is it a rewatch?
Rewatch, entirely rewatch.
That's
Felt up to it.
That's what we need more of, but more appreciate. Like I'm telling you, I don't know how many times I've like not rewatched stuff that's come out, like even Star Wars stuff, where it's just I feel like
so much new.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be my
you get bombarded with new stuff. It's hard to go back and watch older stuff. It's
This will be my
really
first
cool.
rewatch since the series concluded. Like knowing how it ends, it'll be my first time watching through all of it, which is going to be interesting. I'm still doing the Leo DiCaprio meme every 5 seconds, being like, oh, like I remember not having a clue, having that go over my head, and me just sitting here going, oh no. And then all of the foreshadowing of like, it's like the entire first 3 seasons are like quotes that like don't end well. You know, it's just like, you say that now, but your entire family's going to get like massacred at a wedding. So that's like a bummer, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I guess I'm the only person who is pretty continually rewatching stuff.
Good for you.
But I think awesome. I have an addiction problem, you know? Like I literally feel like my life is ending if I don't rewatch Sherlock like once every
Nice.
That's fair.
I'm like that with like Scrubs and stuff.
But at least it's not a long series, right? Because you can get through it pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. In between that, I'm always doing a Next Generation rewatch, which is always the long one. But you just find yourself, you know, 1 episode, then it's 2. Suddenly you realize you've been sitting there for 6 hours and you're like, okay, Mr. Riker, let go. He never does, but I try.
Yeah. Like it's funny how this conversation starts off, because honestly, with what's been going on right now with this strike and everything, and you know, Michael, you were telling me about some crazy like messed up stuff about like this is going to go on until people lose their houses, and someone's already selling their house, like a big name. It's like, are we going to be entering like an era where we're going to be waiting a lot longer for new stuff now because of what's going on from this? Is there going to be a big wake of us diving back into old shit because a lot of new stuff isn't coming out?
Yeah.
Well, I'm always a fan of reviewing old stuff because you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
And a lot can play into that. It's just fun.
Look at all the stuff that we grew up on that was in syndication, or even if we go back as far as when we were kids and we were watching the freaking Brady Bunch. How many times did I watch that? I never got sick of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel the same way about STNG. Is definitely one of those for me. It's like I've seen every single Picard speech 800 times and I still tear up in measure again. Like
100%. There's
I think I've watched every episode of Saved by the Bell 6 times.
Nice.
I think I watched it 6 times back when it was still on, so I'm not ready to watch it again. But you know, I'm not saying I wouldn't sit down and watch it again.
It was on 2 hours before school for a high school for 4 years, so that's about right.
Dude, I went through all the seasons of Scrubs in the hospital twice.
Nice.
And I was in there for a week.
Wait, you were in the hospital watching Scrubs?
That's what all the nurses kept saying. I was like, I love this show.
You're like,
Dan,
mood. Just gets me
They're
in the
like,
mood.
what is wrong with you? I'm like, what?
Well, I can't say anything because I mean I was happily watching like airplane accidents when I was flying to Europe on like.
Oh yeah.
He's watching like in Denzel's
Figure it's
flight,
like,
you
look,
know.
face it head
Thanks
on.
on
That's
a
what
plane.
it is.
57.
I mean, let's be honest here. Of all the ways to die tragically, a plane crash is probably going to be the least painful when it
Are
comes.
you watching Turbulence?
I'm
Like all of a sudden the plane is crashing and then I'm sitting there. I was like, oh my god! I was like, I hope the people next to me don't freak out too much, but I'm enjoying myself.
Right.
Jesus Christ!
I get
You're that guy. You're that
when
guy.
I'm in the air, I get this like sense of like almost calm because I know like my life is out of my hands. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm dead technically until we land on the ground. So
It happened.
That's just always been the thing for me. It's like one of my sisters is really, really, really not a fan of flying. You know, the least bit of turbulence, and she's about ready to explode. You know, and of course I can't say anything because I don't know how to be nice. I worked at a hospital for too long. You know, and it's like I just want to look at her and go, babe, if the plane goes down, okay, you're not gonna feel nothing, all right? So just chill out and relax, you know. But I feel like that's not gonna help her.
It's gonna be a blur.
No.
It's gonna be like 3 seconds.
It's gonna be a blur.
a
Yeah, you'll be scared. Yes, you'll be scared. But trust me, the part you're worried about, don't be worried.
It's like when you see those parts in the movies where it cuts to the clip of people are just like,
Yeah.
like that's literally gonna be like
That needs to be a clip for later. We need to save that for later.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's like it's like it's like when
But-
you know the A-wing crashes into the Executor Bridge.
I mean, statistically, it is still the safest way to travel.
Yes.
Yes,
It
according to
definitely is.
Superman.
I mean, it's in the air where there's no one, so
Yeah.
that's good. You
Yeah.
know,
I mean,
Yeah,
unless
not
you're in
till
an
we get
air
our
show.
flying
'cause-
cars.
unless you're in the air show.
Why are you doing that? Come on now.
Right?
Get down from there.
That shit's crazy.
Hey, even I don't fly.
Yeah.
I'm not flying on
No.
that day.
How
No, I
about,
don't
how
know
about you get down from there and use your feet?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I
Today
know
would be a
we're
great
Show me
day
those
just
new
to look for-
shoes. You show
I
me
know we're
those
going
new
way
shoes,
off,
mister.
but I mean, like, could you, for what you just said, could you imagine if like humans could, we all had our own flying vehicles? It would be everyone would be
Oh
dying.
God.
Man, what
all
are you,
the time.
7? Can you imagine if we had all of our own flying vehicles?
Okay,
Dude,
but
death
that's
everywhere.
Dude, I
That's
still
not-
want the Jetsons suitcase thing.
Be raining body
But-
parts.
the Jetsons is exactly what I was thinking. And like we saw in the Jetsons how everybody would die. Like everybody would die. They're
the
just like
reason
zipping
would
in and
not
out, you know.
happen.
Nobody
Well, the
did.
reason why
but
the
it's just like,
Jetsons survived is they had space jazz. So
Yes.
the
Exactly.
thing I want from the
Space
Jetsons is the pill that's like the whole meal.
that's why
You know, that's the thing I want. Like
we're getting
that's
close.
like
If that fate worse than death.
Definitely.
yes,
Yeah, I'm with you,
absolutely. We
Samir.
do want them to get a fair deal, however hard the strike is and how
Yeah.
much it.
Yeah,
here's the thing,
That's
if
not
somebody out
important
there's-
comparatively.
If somebody's out there doing really well and they have a lot of room in their mansion, open the doors to those folks who are having a harder time. Because you know what?
Mhm.
If you all want to stand together, I'm sure that would be very helpful for a lot of people right now.
Yeah.
If nobody's using the guest house, I'm
Yeah,
just
guest
saying.
houses,
Yeah.
I'm sure. It's
I
like-
was
We're
going
rich.
easy. I was going easy.
No, but seriously, I mean, you know, some folks have like amazing homes with so much room, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. It should never come to that. But you know, hopefully, like I said, in the end, folks get paid, you know, what they should be getting paid, and things change for the better. Because
Mhm.
otherwise, this will continue happening over and over again until the next time they're screwing people over again. You know.
Yep.
So
Well,
yeah.
and it's not just the money either. It's the AI thing too, and I think
that's a little icky.
realistic concern. The idea that you know, oh, I own your likeness. I can just put
Yeah.
you in anything.
But you know
that
what?
is
That's going to open up new
It's going to make
doors.
porn a
for-
lot better.
Yeah, well, there you go. But like attorneys and entertainment law and all that stuff, they're going to have to adapt to this. They're going to have to, really, there's going to be cases that are going to end up like breaking the mold, and you're going to have to study a whole new subset of law for this. So,
I can't read. What does that say?
Blow that up. That says Last of Us. Blow that up right now. Is that Last of Us 3?
Sir, it says,
Yep.
I can see the handsome Druckmann himself right there, though.
Naughty Dog name as per his Instagram bio.
Hold on.
Neil Druckmann
what
is writing and directing a new Naughty Dog game as per his
okay.
It's but not The Last of Us Part 3.
We don't know.
It could be.
Okay.
The next Naughty Dog game.
They've been talking about Last of Us Part 3. They've been teasing. Anything.
Only me and Claire can talk about it because we've seen the future.
Yes, you have.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
We're
also,
so
really,
I had to just throw that in there. My ADHD couldn't handle.
It's fine. That's awesome.
Also, my ADHD right now, I literally can hear the Rains of Castamere in the background, and it's really stressing me the fuck out, guys. It's really, I know such shit's going down in the other room.
Slicing.
I hear those fucking strings, and I don't love it. Don't love it. Sorry, continue. I hope we get that Last of Us Part 3 or anything that the Druckmann does. We love him.
Claire, I never told you what my idea of it is, and I'll just text it to you when this of what I think they should do. But
oh my god, I can't wait to hear it. And I can't wait to have to put my phone down and not respond to you and just sit in a corner for a bit and breathe heavy.
So besides Claire and Raven, I mean, are you currently in the middle of anything that you're rewatching?
Nothing I'm going to admit to.
What? Oh my god!
I am two episodes into season 2 of The Young Riders because I have a Josh Brolin problem, and I have always had a Josh Brolin problem.
That is a Josh Brolin solution.
That is a Josh Brolin solution because oh Jesus!
I've watched a few movies.
There's something about watching him ride a horse that just makes me happy. I can't,
Come on.
Yeah, I rewatched a few movies, not any TV shows yet or anything, but I rewatched.
Any replays of games?
No, I'm playing a ridiculous game right now that would have you be like, "Why are you doing this to yourself?"
Remnant?
But
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Playing Remnant. I mean, I'm about to beat it for the second time.
Whatever.
I got problems, but it's a really hard game. Don't do it.
It's almost like video game masochism or some shit like that.
Dude, whatever. I gotta get all the stuff.
It is, yeah, but you die so much in horrible ways.
So what?
All the time.
But you get the stuff, dude. Okay, I'm in a situation. Right. I can't even explain this to you.
Yeah, it's all right. What about you? What are you rewatching? Anything?
I'm dipping in and out of because I started a rewatch of The West Wing some months back. I think I left off early season 4 at this point, but I go back to it. I had to go back and finish up all of Superman and Lois. I finally finished watching that up until the end of season 3. So that actually was pretty good. But yeah, West Wing is the show that's my go-to where I can go back and just rewatch it and I'm happy doing so.
I have all 7 seasons on the DVDs and watch them all the time because I am a Limonette for sure all day.
Nice.
But, I mean, I love the show just in general.
Lemons. There's lemons, whatever. Lemons, lemons. Yeah.
Well, it's such a great show because it gives you the hope that the people that are there care as much as those guys did.
Exactly.
I'm not going to say one way or another, but it's how it feels.
So the other day, in the West Wing group I'm in, somebody posted this picture. Oh, no. Never mind. I'm going to say that I'm the one who posted about it in the end, but I found this picture somebody had posted about this gal that had gone on a date with this guy, and he was a farmer, and he gave her this round cheese as a gift, right? Mm-hmm. And I put it in the West Wing group, and I said,
wait, on a first date?
Yeah, something like on a first date, right? And so I was like,
it would work
because I guess what it is.
I had so many shitty first dates. I could have gotten cheese out of it.
And apparently it used to be, somebody posted in there that it used to be because that's how men would show that they could provide by giving something like that on their first date, especially farmers and so forth, right? So I was like, that's cool. But what I
Bring
did
that tradition back. I want cheese.
Right, I
Just
want
kidding.
cheese
I'm
too.
taking no more first dates, but like whatever. I still want.
But I
cheese.
said
cheese.
I know, right? I said
I
that
love
this would have
cheese.
went over better if it would have been a block, because then they would have had a big block of cheese date.
That's fair.
So good.
Shut up. Everything about that show is fantastic. Martin Sheen is amazing. How he goes from being so funny to being so serious.
That's just so good.
Oh, it's just so good. I mean, Aaron Sorkin doesn't slack. Everybody knows that. But for anybody who never watched The West Wing, you really should. Yeah, exactly.
I love the walk and talks, man. It's all about the walk and talks. Yeah,
the walk and talks are great. I love the Butterball hotline.
Oh my God, yes!
Hotline is
my God, the best. And I love Ainsley too. Ainsley is super cool when she's on.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah. He's like, she's babbling.
Now.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
It's just been so long since I've watched it that everything that you're saying is making me go, oh yeah.
I've never watched it. I'm just like,
it's really good, man. From the get-go, it is really good. Like
I've never watched it.
I've watched this later. It's hard not to get into it pretty quick, and by the end of season 1, it's already gotten under your skin, and it's like you're fully into the show. Yeah. Good stuff.
I have to check that one out.
Oh, Nick's gonna do a podcast of the Wills on it. Mark, we're gonna have to go in there.
Oh, that's fun, huh?
Ooh, I'm down. I'm so down.
West Wing of the Wills.
It's such a good show, and it really, I think, what it does well is that it's serious and it's funny, but it does a good job of talking about things, and you get to be in the room where people are having discussions about important things, but they're not having. We're having a discussion on television discussions. They're having like real discussions about things. And I think it just helps to just kind of like open your mind to the idea that however you might look at something, it's not how everybody looks at it. And there's always somebody in the room to tell you, well, that's not how, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I think it's a great show in that regard, but I'll stop now, but damn.
Look, I get a lot of my political fed to me through Stargate SG-1. All right, it's
nice.
A lot of Air Force talk and presidents and stuff.
Well, and I think the West Wing is political, but it's there's so much drama that I mean,
I've
heard drama.
Hearing you guys talk about it, I've got to check it out. So
it's great.
Yeah,
absolute classic.
I mean, it's just like the actors alone.
Playing against type in so many ways, and then in some ways playing exactly who they are. I mean, Martin Sheen being, very, very, religious, and playing a character where he can't always feed that, that side of who he is, because he's not making a decision for himself. He's making a decision for other people, but at the same time, he has to, and that's a balancing act for anybody, I think, to have to put aside your own personal feelings about something to do other things. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to do what's against their own personal feelings.
Yeah, it shows your caliber as an actor.
Yeah. And I love the chemistry between him and Abby.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, Martin Sheen and Stockard Channing, like how bad can it be? And also for the Stockard Channing lovers, Maul Flanders.
Yes.
Holy shit.
What you were saying, Raymond, that's why they act. To be outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly. That, like when I was thinking about Stockard Channing roles and I was thinking about Will Smith roles, I mean, 6 Degrees of Separation. When you go back and watch that movie, my God,
well,
so good.
Yes. Well, we love to hear him do it different,
Right? Exactly. I love that movie. I mean, I think that movie it plays really well. You really get to see Will Smith shine in that film. And it's always nice to go back and see him at that age, right? So anyway.
Why is John Bernthal here?
I don't know.
I know, exactly. It's like,
I'm not that mad about it.
Welcome, John.
What are you trying to tell us,
John?
I had half a beer.
Yes, Nick.
Sir, are you helping fight for the right of good wages?
I had half a beer, John Bernthal.
John Bernthal. John Bernthal.
We're
talking about the West Wing on our.
Well, I was about to say, now that we've gone over something old, let's go over something new.
Something borrowed and something
new.
You
My
just
God.
I don't know.
saw an
Would be blue,
amazing,
wrong.
fun movie this weekend.
So I saw the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yes.
And Seth Rogen was like, I'm gonna get all my friends together
Mm-hmm.
and 4 actual teenagers. And we're gonna make this Ninja Turtles movie.
Yep.
And he was like, here. And I was like,
Yep.
thank you.
It was a love letter for 90s kids. It really
was so good. So
Yeah.
brief history.
Yeah.
You know, everybody knows me as like, real quick, Ghostbusters. Yeah, who you gonna call? Right. So, but before that, my first like tracksuit, my first bike, my first action figure was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Aw.
The reason why I liked the Ghostbusters is because it was 4 guys.
I wish you had a picture of yourself that I could have put up here.
That'd be pretty cool. I have a picture of me in a Ninja Turtles tracksuit with a Malcolm X hat. Pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good.
I love it.
Right.
I was like 5. I was like,
And I bet you that smile is just
It's-
exactly how it
it's
is. in the
just
picture.
teeth. It's just teeth and like untouched sun melanin. Just like anyway. So I'm a Ninja Turtles fan since its inception, and I had the toys and everything, and I had an uncle who was like, he always used to mess with me, but he was like serious this time. He was like, hey, there's a movie like with people, like a live action movie. I was like, what do you mean there's a live action movie with Ninja Turtles? He was like, there are people in the movie with Ninja Turtles. And I was like, get away from me. No, he was like, no, really. This is happening. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
He's like, it's out. I was like, we go to Blockbuster right now. I was like, dude, please. So we go. And he was like, boom.
He's the greatest.
And then I go to Blockbuster to pick up this movie I didn't know exists for this show and clothes that I have that I'm like obsessed with. And then I see a poster for part 2. So I found out, oh yeah, 100%. Uncle Phil Shredder. Yeah.
I had no
all
idea.
day long.
I had no idea.
I'm gonna
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that.
I've known that since I was like, I've been.
That's
like,
awesome.
I wouldn't surprised. Yeah, I wasn't surprised.
not
With
at all.
That is a fun
Um,
fact, Samir.
It's
Yeah,
that's
very,
a
very
great
cool,
fact.
actually.
I love that.
But anyway, I see a poster for part 2. And I was like, oh my God. I like, what are you talking about? I get to take the first one home, and there's more on the way. And this Saturday is more cartoons. I was like, is this what a heart attack feels like? Because
Yeah.
what do you there's going to be, like, I understand, hey, there's toys that I want, but it's more of the shit? Like, what?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I've been a fan of Turtles, and there hasn't been a movie for a long time. The last movie was called just TMNT. It was CGI. Came out, I want to say, like mid to late, like aughts, and it was based off of the recent cartoon that they got canceled. So they finished up what they were going to do for the show as a movie, but changed the animation, but kept the voice cast. Very strange. Done by Imaji Studios, who
Is
later
Megan
did
Fox
Astro
in that?
Boys. No, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Okay.
See,
You want to talk
That's
about
Oh no, what have I
actually-
done?
That's
Is that
actually
the-
the last live action one. So the last 2 live
Oh,
action
okay.
ones were Michael Bay produced Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles movies. They gave the Turtles lips. It was very weird.
Give the turtles
Yeah,
lips.
they were like 6 feet tall. It was very
Yeah,
dumb.
It was really,
It was
yeah.
very,
it was a
very
trip.
dumb.
Gantt.
Yeah, Megan
Wait,
Fox
how
plays
is
April.
anything dumb after Secret of the Ooze? I'm sorry. Vanilla Ice.
How's everything dumb is after Turtles in Time?
Turtles in
Hey,
Okay.
don't get me wrong. I love
Wait a
Vanilla
minute.
Ice, but damn.
Wait
Wait a minute. Turtles in Time was all right.
See yourself out. Now, out
Oh,
you
no.
go. I'm taking over.
He did. And he did.
And he did. He's just like,
Out
oh.
you go.
Wow. He followed
Talking to me about some Turtles in
directions
Time.
very well.
So no, there were 2 Michael Bay produced ones, and I kind of feel bad because of the second one when it came out before the first one. I think it would have done a lot better because they got the hint. It was a different director for the second one. They shrunk them down to be turtle size, and they like made them all one color. In the first movie, they were like bulletproof. They didn't know it. Very stupid movie.
What?
Very stupid movie, Dan. Very stupid movie. But the second one had Bebop and Rocksteady, and they looked great for CGI live action style. And I was like, God damn, they wasted all this great animation on this shit movie. So that happened, and I was like, damn, I wish it was a Ninja Turtles movie. And there kind of was after there is a Netflix produced TMNT movie based off the latest series that's for like tricky for children.
I saw
that. It's a very, very wacky show. But like major voice actors are in it. It's weird. Like Zach Braff is like Donatello and he's awesome. You're just like, thanks for being here. Anyway, so Seth Rogen was like, we're making a new movie. I've got all my friends with me. I got Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross scoring it.
Which is wild.
Which is bananas. That's more bananas than Neil Blomkamp directing Gran Turismo, in my opinion. They were like, oh, we're doing a Turtles movie. We did the girl with the dragon tattoo and Ninja Turtles. Like what? Like what's happening?
What's your range, sir? What is your range?
Right, variety is the spice of life. And this movie was so good. And Seth Rogen put all four of these boys in the same room together to record this movie. So they got to play off of each other.
The chemistry.
And the chemistry was the synergy was like, it was like a clenched fist like this. It was so well done. It had banter of today and yesteryear. Like the pop culture references the Turtles were dropping. The way Ice Cube was having way too much fun as the villain.
Oh my God, Ice Cube!
Way too much fun.
Wait! Who is he?
He's Superfly.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was just. I mean, he's the equivalent of like voice acting eating up the scenery.
He was so good. He was so good.
I will give Ice Cube all the flowers every time, no matter what he's doing.
Me too.
April was great. Jackie Chan as Splitter was fantastic.
Yeah. Michael,
I did.
Oh, okay.
That was 2000. That was a TMNT one, and I don't know about perfection. It had a really good fight scene, and Patrick Stewart was in it. And I think the show is a lot better than the actual movie they produced.
Patrick Stewart.
And I think this movie was a lot better than that one, and it shatters it by leaps and bounds. Thank you. But yes, back to what I was saying. Ice Cube was so good. All the voice cast was great. Like Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko was also having way too much fun. It's just
what
Paul Rudd being
cast.
Paul Rudd.
Wild
cast. Hannibal Buress as Genghis Frog and Rose Byrne as Leatherhead and like what? Like what's happening?
I'm just sitting here, what the hell?
Like John
This sounds like a drinking game going
It's
wrong.
like a drinking game. We're playing Cards Against Humanity, but we're talking about the Turtles movie. Like John Cena is like Bebop and Seth Rogen's Rocksteady.
Oh,
it was so well done, dude.
It's so perfect.
Giancarlo Esposito was Baxter, and he like wasn't really in it a lot, but he was great. And
I love John Cena getting all the work, man. Like,
dude, he finally. It took him a while, but
he rings in with his comedy.
He's great.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he makes a beautiful mermaid.
When I saw Blockers,
yes, he does.
When I saw Blockers, I was like, "This is where he needs to be," and he stayed there. He stayed in the comedic, actiony route, and it is good on him. I mean, Peacemaker happened, so.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Also, when is that second season coming out?
I mean, we're in a strike. Who knows?
I know. When was it
It's gonna be a long winter in the Westeros, sir. I forgot the locations.
Winter is coming.
I'm a fan.
Oh shit!
All right,
winter has come. But
man.
I
enjoyed the animation.
Wait, is that happening in England too?
It's if you have a SAG card, it's going down.
I'm just kidding.
Yep.
It's going down, Dan. I'm sorry. Man.
Yeah, I know.
No, but
I just want George's Winds of Winter. I saw another teaser about it.
You're never gonna get that.
Yeah, it's gonna come in the year.
The man will not
20XX.
survive to write that book. He has 500 other things he wants to do before he wants to actually sit down and pen.
He literally wrote Elden Ring before this book.
Why?
Put it that way.
Why does he hate me?
He doesn't hate you. He hates the collective of you.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a cruise
it's
ship.
HBO's fault.
Now imagine a cruise ship with no power. That's you. You're just waiting. You know.
He's like, yeah, you guys will have to deal with the last season of Game of Thrones on HBO.
Just you and Wayne
never get the Winds of Winter. Never.
But yeah, again, so good.
Yeah,
I do want to see it again. There's a lot of Easter eggs that I may have missed. Had to watch it in 3D because that's how these movies are marketed now. I will say, going in with seeing it with dads who are my age with their kids looking at me like, and I'm like, dude, it was in the half shell, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kidding me? Turtle power, man.
I need to see this now.
Yeah, they validate. They validate.
The soundtrack also is pretty awesome.
Oh, it's hard. Oh,
Oh, you saw it, Mark, too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
It's insane.
Yeah.
3 movies this year that aren't supposed to, well, Miles is supposed to have hip hop, but like Transformers having hip hop, okay.
Transformers, the way they did that was beautiful.
But the fact that the Ninja Turtles are fighting people that the MOPs ante up, if you would have told me that that MOP was going to be in a Turtles movie for children, I would have been out of a lot of money. Holy crap, did they make that scene look so good with these little boys dressed as turtles beating up grown-ass men. Because they ninjas. The MOP's ante up.
That's, oh, man.
And they're like scratching out the curse words. What's happening? What are we doing? Thank you.
I'm really excited because like I always like good child actors, like kids that really play like adult roles, kind of.
Dude,
and
great.
Like Super 8 was always a favorite movie of mine.
So good.
Just the way,
the way he directs those kids,
it's really good.
Just between all them kids, and I love that shit.
Just the way it was structured.
A kid can really bring something down if you can't.
Oh yeah. I mean, Stranger Things made kids popular. We know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, totally. Too. Yeah.
And I'm gonna out my mom on this. There was a year at the Tony Awards where both School of Rock the musical and Matilda the musical were nominated. So there were a lot of performances at the Tonys that year featuring a lot of child actors singing and dancing and acting. And my mom just went, "Oh, dear God, just get it over." Every single time. It could be that. It could be my mother groaning. I'm like, wait, you saw a lot of my child theater productions growing up. Oh no, was it like this?
Yeah, she's like, oh, God.
You know it was.
You know it was. I was like, because these kids are professionals. Shit, what did she think about Oklahoma Junior? Shit.
It shows my age that when you say child actors, I immediately think of Kirsten Dunst.
Wow.
You know what?
I mean, that's just like the first visual that comes to my mind when you say a child actor doing an amazing job playing someone who's a lot more adult. Like that's the first thing that comes. Yeah, it's the first thing that comes to mind because I remember. I mean, still now when I see clips of that movie, I'm like, there's no way she was really that young. She was stealing scenes from.
She got nominated, right?
Just do not
so
get
good in that movie, dude. She was top tier awesome in that fucking movie.
Oh, she was amazing. She was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I mean, it's one thing to dress someone up. It's one thing to make someone up. It's one thing to have them say the words. She made you believe it. Like, this little girl was going to kill you. She was going to kill you. Like, okay. Okay. You know?
Oh, Mark, you saw Turtles, right?
Yes, I did.
See, okay, can I ask you a question? We don't live on our coast, so I want to ask you a question. You probably have you're in San Diego, right?
No, I'm in San Francisco.
San Francisco. Oh, a much better city than Philadelphia. Great, fantastic. So
depends on who you're asking. What part of the city you go in, sir?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
How did you see this movie?
So this is something I'm glad you asked me because of the way that I saw the city and the way that they presented it and everything. It was kind of a bit of a shock, right? Okay, yeah. But then you know what it made me think of? When I was a kid and I first saw The Wiz on screen, and it reminded me of that grit that the movie had, that it's like spectacular scenes mixed with that city grit. And I hadn't thought about that in a long time. Right. And I was like looking up like the movie afterwards, and I was like, That's what it reminded me of. It's like I hadn't had that happen in a long time. So yeah, it's really interesting how they presented, because it captured that big city feel really, really, really well. You know?
And to piggyback off of just Turtles as a whole, this is why Turtles will work forever. Like probably forever. It's because every time there's a new Turtles, it's a hard reset on everything. Lore is like 4 Turtles, Splinter, maybe a Shredder, boom, start, go. Maybe a Casey Jones, definitely an April, but like
I loved April in this one, by the way.
It's like here they are for this thing.
Yeah.
And when this thing is done, we're going to do it again, and then here they are for this thing. And that's why, yes, 100%. I would put it on par with the first Spider-Verse when it comes to animation, because the second movie is just like, I don't even know how they fucking even did that shit. Yeah, I'm like literally blown away at like I still think about like Renaissance Vulture, and that's like at the beginning of the movie. I'm just like, how'd y'all do that shit? But anyway, this movie is gorgeous in my opinion. I think it's gorgeous. I think the design of the turtles. I like how Raph is like super like rugged to the point where like his belt buckle has a bandage on it.
Yeah,
like like stuff like that. Like. And
love
Donnie's like the anime nerd who has like
see
stickers
visuals
on.
of this.
It's so the detail is so good.
Yeah.
And in Philly, and I understand this is a kids movie and 3D is more money for the theaters, and and that's how they marketed it. So I had to put glasses on to watch this movie. And it wasn't that bad. I mean, 3D movies have come a long way since I complained about it earlier.
Yeah, for real.
So the glasses are comfortable now, so they got the hint for that. Which was like, it used to be abysmal. Like I remember being like, "This sucks. I'm done. This shit. This is $30."
I remember the cardboard ones.
The
red and blue.
Those were more comfortable than like just plastic digging into your temple.
That's probably true. They actually, because they're so lightweight,
right.
That yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, that was like 5.1 Dolby and an IMAX screen screaming Avengers noises at you. Like.
Ugh.
You're just here for Steve Rogers. Why am I wearing eyewear? But it's gotten a lot better. I can't wait to watch it in 2D because I'm buying this movie. Like I told myself a few months back I'm going to start buying more physical media again. I definitely have. Spider-Verse has a release date, by the way, so September 5th is 4K. Buying that. The cover's not really happy with how the cover turned out, but I'm buying it. And I'm buying this, so I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely want to see it again. I'm just glad that Seth Rogen, out of all people, was like, "Yeah, Ninja Turtles rules." And when he said he was doing it, and it was announced like right before COVID happened.
Yeah,
to the point where I remember it was supposed to come to Netflix. There, people were like, "Oh, it's coming to Netflix," but BA got confused of that latest Turtles show that became a movie for Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Seth Rogen shit's coming to theaters. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, now I'm super excited. Because the director is a guy named Jim Rowe, who did The Mitchells versus Machines, which is the movie that was affected by COVID.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah. It was the Netflix DreamWorks thing that was supposed to come to theaters, but COVID happened. And he was like, yeah, when it came to like storyboarding, we just threw stuff up there. And if it worked, it worked. Like they moved some scenes around. And they let the animators take their time. They were like, we're in a situation, and this is like pre-strike, but like a situation where studios are being overworked. We talked about this a lot. Video game studios are being overworked. A lot of artists are being overworked. They don't sleep because of said project. He was like, yeah, this movie took a while to come out. I mean, it was announced like in 2019, I think. And they were like, yeah, we let the animators take their time. And that's why it came out. And so, like, there's an example of letting the artists create the art, and if you let them create the art, good things will come of it. Yeah. So, not only is Turtles a good movie, but it set an example of why time matters when it comes to animation and making things the way that they are. And I also like to big ups to the graphic design of the graphic design team of this movie when it comes to promotion. I haven't seen a Turtles movie just promoted this much since I was a kid. Like not even the TMNT one that came to theaters before this was, or the Michael Bay one, but they had like a couple Pizza Hut commercials or whatever. But like,
I like Turtles.
that kid has a commercial.
I know he does, and it just killed me when I saw it.
And he's a grown man now, and I feel even wrong.
I like Turtles.
I like Turtles. You heard it
like
first,
Turtles,
folks.
sir.
He likes Turtles.
He likes Turtles.
But
These ones specifically.
And it's kind of cool because Nickelodeon bought the Ninja Turtles for like a while now. So it's kind of like, you know, like buying Last Ronin and being like, oh man, Last Ronin's finally here, and opening up and seeing Nickelodeon.
There's a video game coming out of it.
Yes. Did you see that trailer?
Yes. Seriously, I was like, my jaw dropped. I was like,
It's going to play like God of War, Dan.
What?
It's going to play like God of War.
Say it again.
It's going to play like God of War. I almost ate this microphone. But yeah, this is probably one of the best decisions Nickelodeon has made because I believe the four teenagers here work already for Nickelodeon in some capacity.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I think they're actors on other shows.
Yeah. That would make perfect sense, right? It's like, yeah.
It's just the structure of like these four kids and major actors around them is brilliant.
Yeah.
And
no, absolutely.
It's brilliant.
Because like that's just the thing. It's like
how you make
you believed that they were brothers, right?
Right.
You absolutely believed it. Yeah. And it was fun and it was chaotic. You know, like having kids like that age around. It's like
Seth is like the master of letting the camera roll to improv. I mean, like 40-year-old version is the test of that, right? All of his movies are a test of that. He said there are hours of banter between these four kids.
That's awesome.
They were like, we followed a script, but a lot of them is just them just going.
Yeah.
And they're like, they don't even, and half of the time they didn't even know. But they were like, they were just like, we got all that. Oh, like, yeah. And the fact that they got their feedback on like, okay, if we were to dress the Turtles up in human clothes, what will you wear? And all
cool.
their outfits of them in disguise as humans. Because, you know, outside of trench coats and hats like it was in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you guys doing?
Those were great. Like, y'all were a lot more obvious that way.
I'm like, you're a giant turtle in a trench coat. Like, you're wearing a Flasher's rain jacket, dude.
Exactly.
But they got their feedback to the point where, like, Donnie is wearing a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure hoodie. Like, what? Like, because the kid, the voice actor, loves that anime. Like stuff like that. Like Seth
that's
Rogen.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot of great attention.
He shot out Favreau because he got the idea of recording all four kids when he was, I think, Pumbaa in the live action Lion King, and him and Billy from up the street was Timon and Pumbaa. And they were in a room
Billy Eichner, really?
Billy Eichner was
Billy
Timon,
Eichner was Timon, and they were in a room together the whole time. He was like, "That's how we're going to do it."
Yeah. There were a lot of things that I did not enjoy about that
Yeah.
movie, but Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner were certainly parts that
I could see how that would totally work.
It was just like it was a weird Hollywood look at us movie. Like, look, guys, Beyonce's Nala. It was like, okay, guys.
Well,
that and the only redeeming part was that I had like a full bottle of wine before I started that movie.
Yeah, so
and
you like
my
Donald
cat
Glover.
was like, and we liked Donald Glover, and then the cats were watching the lions like they were real animals. Or
That's always fun.
Singular.
When it comes down to it, stop remaking Disney cartoon movies with live
all
action.
cash grabs, man. It's all cash grabs. They're not going to.
I mean, and I get it. We need money, and Disney somehow we're not getting enough from anything else. But stop making.
But what haven't they done yet?
You're right.
Well,
probably
they haven't done this yet, Mike.
Everyone in the order knew
you
would live to see what he became.
By the end of the Clone Wars, I walked away from him and the Jedi.
Huh? Did they?
In 10 days.
In 10 days they will.
How
like
how
Dan's-
crazy
I
is
like
that
Dan's
number, by the
Kareem
way?
Abdul-
I know.
Jabbar
That's what I was just
skyhook
telling Sean. I was
segue.
like, dude, we're only like weeks away, if even
Yeah.
that. It's like it's so insane. Yeah, I can't believe it. I cannot
I'm
believe
not
it.
gonna be okay in 10
I
days.
think this is
guys.
going to be the
Money.
one, guys. This is going to be the
Money.
one.
They were just going like this with money. Just
Yeah.
do it. Make
I'm
it
I'm
happen.
gonna be
I'm gonna cry, guys.
I'm gonna be excited when it starts, but in the meantime, I'm still mourning Ray. I'm looking
I
forward to seeing him.
No, but you know
But that
what?
one just breaks my heart because
It's
he has been
so
in
cool to
so
see
many
him.
movies, and
Yeah.
I
He's
Well,
tight as
love
pillow.
loved him in everything.
Yeah.
First saw him in Rome. Tight as
No,
pillow.
no, Hayden, we'll pay you a huge amount of money. We need you here for Ahsoka. You coming?
Oh
It's
my
a bag
god.
of
Dog, he-
money.
Dog, he record-
It's
That
a
was
literally
brand
back
new
to back.
audio.
it was
Brand new audio.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
recorded probably during Kenobi, like put it in the bag.
All right, we'll see you.
Probably, I mean, possibly, but it's a very directly speaking to Ahsoka. Also, his
Yeah.
lovely little Canadian oot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh,
Put it in the bag. The mouse demands it.
Boot
Yeah.
and a boot.
So,
What are you talking about?
we got that one like little flash of Hayden right there. That's pretty much what
Yeah.
I wanted to show, so we don't get like smacked up with anything crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever,
What a lie.
copyright crap. But anyway,
give me.
do we
a
think we're going to
ghosty.
see much of him throughout this series, Claire? What'd you just say?
Said, give me a ghosty. He would be so happy to do it. I mean, he would have been so happy to have done it because it's done filming. It's just gonna. It just. I don't know. It's so hard to like think about telling a story where she's fighting previous remnants of the Jedi without addressing the whole Anakin Skywalker of it all. I don't know. Like, obviously, this trailer's teasing me, but probably to let me down. I'm trying not to get my hopes too high, but
But you know there'll be a portion of the fandom that'll cry if he is in it.
we got force
Because it'll be like we went back to Tatooine again because they can't be happy with
they can
anything.
fucking deal with it because I would be.
That's what I say.
I was thinking
You're
about
gonna
this.
take his bed sand and like it.
I was.
I
nice.
just needed to be the
Very
one
good.
to like.
Very good.
I needed to play devil's advocate for a second there to just
I understood. I
recognize
understand.
that there's a part of the fandom that are going to be dinks no matter what happens.
No matter what
And,
happens, the tears will always come,
Experience
and we will have
joy. God
we
damn
will
it!
have-
Yes,
we will
just
have
experience it.
we will have
Right.
the roughest
God forbid you have
Dollar
fun.
Tree, nastiest tissues for them
Oh,
to
true.
scar
No, no,
their
no, no, no.
faces
I'm just
with.
gonna-
I will
just gonna-
save
I don't want
every
your
not
cheeks
filled
so
tissue.
red.
Mike, I'm gonna hold this below their eyes and go here.
No,
Fill this
no,
up.
I don't want to collect them. I want them to have facial scars from them
Permanent
drying their
maiming.
tears on the worst tissues possible. I want it to be
One
the
ply.
gorilla glue,
One
the
ply.
gorilla tape of tissues.
Sandpaper.
I want you looking
The
like the
Scott
fucking
1000, right? The
Okay.
Scott 1000 at the. Oh yeah.
I want you looking
why does
like
Cameron
Eric
make that?
motherfucking Dragon.
Draven.
You're like, Thrawn isn't blue enough. That's not a Twi'lek.
In this war, you will face more than just droids.
Oh,
As your master, it's my responsibility to prepare you.
The Jedi will rise. Also, first alien lead in the Star Wars show. All right.
yes.
Well,
Yeah.
let's touch
Put
on
your
that.
hands together. All
Did
right.
that a new Jedi will rise. What does that mean? Who?
Ahsoka's, I don't know.
It's not
Uh,
Ahsoka. She's no
also-
Jedi.
Also, follow up. Are we talking Jedi singular, or are we talking plural? Are we talking a new Jedi order, new Jedi, one Jedi, or many Jedi?
Let me
That was
tell you
a-
how much.
Are we talking a singular Jedi or a plural Jedi? We've already had it teased that our friend Sabine has been trained by. Hi, Lauren.
Hello,
And apparently she
been
couldn't
trained.
handle Ahsoka's training because Ahsoka's pretty hard on her.
Yeah, but with the conversation also I was having with Sean again, is that I don't know that Sabine is necessarily force sensitive, and it's just that she's being trained to learn from Ahsoka to be able to wield,
Yeah.
whether it be any type of saber, whatever,
That would be
and-
really cool, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want him to mess with Sabine too much. I love that character a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that it's kind of doing it to throw us off, but I could be wrong, and we don't know what's going to happen just yet, right?
Is this where the
There's
dark
only a
saber's
reason
gonna
for
end
all of
up?
it.
Is
Yeah,
this where
there's
the
going to
dark
be a
saber's
reason
gonna
for
end
all
up?
of this. So
We
I'm
don't
just going to
know.
wait and see what happens.
Like, we don't know if Jason's gonna show
The
up.
dark
We
saber's
don't
broken. My
know
bad.
He's
if
in the Lego
Ezra's
set,
gonna
though.
show up.
Just remembered that.
Jason's in the Lego set for like an Ahsoka
For the ghost.
Lego
For the
set?
ghost. Yeah. For Ghost. Yeah, the ghost and the little ship.
And
It's
his
like,
hair color was wrong, guys.
yeah, it was in green
His
hair.
hair
It's
color
dark hair.
Was wrong.
My
There
hair's
have
green
been few
sometimes,
moments.
and sometimes it's not.
Exactly.
Let me tell you the
I'm happy to
wonders
not be
of
on Twitter, really.
paint.
Except to
Paint
share
has
that
been
we're podcast.
around. Let me tell you about paint. You could do so much with paint. You could put different type of bristles and brushes, and you can take that and you can paint his hair the color, any color you want it to be, and then you can have that character be figure accurate. When I was a kid, there would be a Batman on the cover of on the back of the box that wasn't on the front of the box, and I was like, I'm still buying this Batman figure though. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not the color he was in the commercial, but god damn it, it's a toy and I want it.
Yeah, like when his suit was blue.
And
or
I
black.
have paint.
You know what? These damn
Mike, you put the beer down.
Nope.
You just put the beer down.
What you
You know
drinking, by the
what?
way, Mike?
My
What type
man's
of
talking about paint action
Drinking,
figures.
drinking Too Juicy by
Nice.
Oh, all right.
It is
like it.
8.2%.
Woo!
Come on.
Okay,
I love it.
Mike. All right.
What's the
You've
matter with
had
you?
enough. It's you know,
I'm fine.
you're just like pumpkin beer Dan.
I'm
I'm
fine.
pumpkin. Is that I
fine.
love pumpkin beer, Dad.
Pumpkin beer season's coming up. It is coming up. I was going try to get at least one or two.
I saw
Pumpkin beer is one of my
Oktoberfest
favorite.
at Costco this weekend. I was
Oh my God,
very
Oktoberfest
excited.
beer's already coming out. That's
I
right.
And,
saw
and
it.
Halloween candy.
We definitely
At
have
this
to go
time, I would like to
Poodoo.
announce my candidacy, my campaign for being the only person who doesn't like pumpkin spice.
I don't like
If
it
you
either.
feel like you need
Good.
to be a part of my
Okay.
crew, it's
There
okay.
you go.
If it just has to be me, that's
Yeah.
okay too. But I just want to be the one to say no pumpkin spice here.
I will
like-
join your
like-
ship.
Local
My
I'm
liquor
wife-
is fun, though.
I, as the basic white girl of the
My-
podcast,
My
I
wife.
will embrace the pumpkin
I
spice.
will
My
embrace
wife.
the
Everybody.
pumpkin spice.
You take my share,
Yo,
babe.
I have
You take
my-
my share.
My Uggs are on the standby. So that's
Julie is straight up. She is like,
Don't you act like I don't have Uggs. You bet your ass I have Uggs.
Julie's like, you've merely adopted the pumpkin spice. I was born in
oh
it.
my god.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Your
I'm just
precious
looking for-
armory of pumpkin spice.
We would need it.
I'm just looking forward to the part where I go in and order my drink and they don't ask me if I want it hot or cold anymore. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah.
that's all I look for in the
Thank you,
season.
Lord.
We're getting there. I mean, it's like
Well,
literally.
yeah.
I just sitting there thinking about like we're about to enter the last 4 months of the year here pretty soon. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Dude,
right
listen,
around the
every time
corner.
people tell me summer's over. I'm like, it's not over.
Not over yet.
It's not
Yeah.
over.
Not
Yeah.
over. It's still very much
85
August,
It's
guys.
not over
Yeah,
until
it's
the end
still
of
August.
October. There's
Yeah.
still hot weather to be had between now and the end of October. So there's
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
depending on where you are, I'm in
Sure.
Minnesota,
Fine.
so I'm figuring halfway through September we'll probably be done.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's just-
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair, but like
You read the,
still
is it you
August,
say
though.
Farmer's Almanac? Did you say that? Is that what you said?
What happened? What?
You
I
referenced
haven't
the
looked. I
Farmer's
haven't
Almanac.
looked at the almanac now.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
Are you
I'm just.
are you Marty McFly? What's happening?
That is mid-country voodoo.
Biff Tower? What's going on?
Oh
The
my
Farmer's
God.
Almanac is going to tell us what's going to happen
Hey,
before it
You
happens.
know what? The Farmer's Almanac isn't wrong
They
very
fucking
often.
know.
That's why people
They fucking
use
know.
it.
I know,
Because
I
it's
know, I know.
right.
I actually, I put a little
I picked up a
stock
couple
into
in my
it.
time.
Like when
Yeah,
I hear people,
yeah.
like when I hear someone quote like what's going to happen, I'm like, all right, maybe I'll just keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I'm just going by, experience of living in this part of the country for a long time. So
It
can be beautiful in September, yes, but I'm not going to say it's still summertime.
No, because I've been in Denver early September and we got snow because my friend's wedding got snowed on, and it was not supposed to have snowed that weekend. So made for a beautiful wedding though. It was awesome.
In October. I'm scared of that.
We're due for a snowy year.
What is yours, Claire?
October 19th of next year. Don't snow on me. It's supposed to be pretty fall.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
October's wedding season. The fall is always usually wedding season, right?
And that's a good date. I mean, you could get it, but you're fairly safe for snow.
You're just gonna have a backup plan, and
Yeah. Oh, trust me, there's a backup plan in place because.
Of course.
Fucking Illinois, man.
There you go, Claire.
Savannah Stein.
So who was it? Wait, so Savannah.
Look her up.
That actress.
Look her up. But yeah, hold on. Let's finish this. Now we could finish this train.
Oh shit.
I won't always be there and look out for you.
I could use the help.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Don't be afraid.
Did you notice? Wait, hold on. Did you notice Sabine where she was when she was riding on that speeder? She was on Lothal.
Yeah, she's on Lothal because they show her at the building, like literally where Ezra's home, right? Or like where they first show Ezra at the beginning of the series. Yeah,
but just like even that part, she's
great to see that in live action.
Like I'm hoping that she's on that like same road that they were riding the bikes on in Rebels, where she's riding that bike there. Like that'd be freaking cool as shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so friggin' pumped for this. All right, let's get the rest.
Trust your instincts.
Do it, Dan.
I know you can do this, Ahsoka.
Do the hand thing.
Oh my god, the hand thing.
Exactly. She looks like Anakin doing it, man. It's like, it's like, yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're gonna play him into all this, because they have to have some flashback, right? Because obviously you can't not have this important character without.
Yeah, I would assume.
I mean, come on. It's just it has to happen. So
I love the Bane and Xana vibes between Ray Stevenson and that blonde chicks, like those two dark side people. Not dark, I don't know what they are. They're mercenaries, but they're
orange side people.
Orange side people.
I love that. I love that it's blood orange too. Like, I love it.
I had like some theories on that, like why it's not totally red.
They'll probably talk about it. Hopefully,
hopefully, right. Because you got an orange lightsaber in whatchamacallit, the Fallen Order. Right?
The first time I ever saw an orange lightsaber ever was
my bad.
There was an Attack of the Clones game, and Plo Koon had an orange one. But it wasn't like canon accurate; it just matched his skin color, and I was just like, "That's dope. Okay. That's really cool." He doesn't have that, but that's really cool.
My faves. But I'm thinking it's just like the way I saw it change for the guy in Jedi Survivor, when that Dagon dude changed it. He wasn't like pouring all of his he wasn't like pouring all of his like hate and suffering. He was just mad.
Yeah,
like he was just angry, and it just made the crystal like almost red.
Well, isn't anger one of the steps?
It's just one of them, though. But like when you make it red, it's like you're pouring all of your suffering, your hate, your pain, everything into it to like make this crystal bleed red. Like when he did it, he was just like, it was like a quick change to this orange color because he was just really pissed off.
I mean, if you think about it, he was in the BAFTA tank for like a lot of years.
Right.
Like
wrinkly your skin looks when you come out of there. Come on.
So it was probably him like channeling
like
all that and being like
vanilla sky like dream.
No, but he probably was like, as soon as they get out of here, this is going down. And then he got out and he was just like, all of it right now. Yeah. Let's do it.
He was just like,
also video game. Just being fair. Just being fair there.
Right. I know it's a video game,
being
but
fair.
you know,
Just be fair.
they try to stick with canon.
I know,
They-
but like you
people
gotta speed it up just a little bit. Like if
I'm
it was
just-
a comic,
I know,
it probably would have been
I
like
know,
2 issues.
But
you
it
know
was
what I'm saying?
orange,
Like,
Mike. It was orange.
I agree. I agree.
So I'm
yes.
just saying, like maybe
It
it's
was-
just,
the-
maybe Ray
also-
Stevenson isn't,
also-
you know, he's not like hateful. He's just mad.
It was orange because
He's
the
a little
background
grumpy.
was a blue sky. So maybe
Maybe
it
he's
was
not
red.
hateful, he's just mad.
We're having like a kitty walk in front of Claire like it's a dewback in the special edition.
Right? Look
Right,
at this.
exactly.
Oh my
Exactly.
god! Nice
Or maybe,
special edition drop.
Or maybe
Right?
the animators were really thinking about that.
That's what I was. Well, you know what, Mark? It's so
Talented
funny when you
people
say
show
that.
up
Like
in
I
the
noticed that like as he kept redoing shit, like it was just he just threw more shit on the screen. It was just like
Mhm.
Yeah.
more shit.
It
walked
looks like
across
the bottom
camera.
of a Bob Ross painting at the beginning.
Wow, that's
That
some
is
I
very,
was
very
like,
true.
what's happening?
happy
Yay!
trees.
Is
That's
Claire
the
a happy
pain of-
mountainscape?
This is a
I
little
love
snow
that
dune
for me.
here, a
I
little
really do.
snow
That's what-
dune.
I think
That's what makes
Claire is the
watching people
closest.
react.
We have a kitty in front. Let's put a happy Claire in the back.
Claire. And we're gonna write Claire
I can
with a
actually
question
hear him
mark.
saying that too.
We're gonna put a little Claire in the corner with a question mark.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Claire?
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 Claire? Yes, Leon. It's Claire. It's Claire, Leon.
Oh god.
You're yelling. There's zombies behind
She's under
you,
the
Leon.
happy little tree.
All the trees they're always the happiest. He's using
Always the
Alzarian.
happiest.
He's also using
Claire?
my favorite color ever, Alzarian crimson.
Oh, jeez.
Alzarian crimson.
Or,
That's
ti- or,
very,
or
very
as he
great.
says, titanium white.
Yes, titanium
The
white.
best part,
Yes.
titanium white.
Quite.
well,
That's
I
right.
miss
I
Bob
take
Ross
all
so
of
much.
my colors from the 64 Crayola box, man.
Hey, listen,
mean, I love
Bob
Bob
Ross would
right
have
now.
designed it so everyone and their mom could be saying
Granny Smith.
Alzarian crimson.
Yes, Granny Smith apple.
Macaroni and cheese.
Thank you, Bob
Macaroni and
Ross.
cheese Timberwolf.
The greatest
Cool.
Jedi. Bob
Purple
Ross.
Mountain's Majesty.
Yes,
Purple.
Purple Mountain's Majesty. Oh, and asparagus, which is
Asparagus.
the most stunning shade of green.
I know. It's an A+ vegetable and an A+ Crayola shade.
I make it a
I've
point
always
never
been a
to
fan
argue
of
with you, you're
fuchsia.
right.
Fuchsia. Yes.
Fuchsia.
Yes.
But, you know, the thing when I was a kid that really, made me lose sleep was the red, orange, red thing. Like, why did you
Sure.
have to have both of them? You couldn't have just had one. Why did they have to have
And-
both? I got confused.
And
I-
yellow,
a lot.
orange, yellow. There was
Yes.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you had macaroni and cheese, which
Yeah.
was somewhere in the middle. We're like,
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah. And we're like,
Apparently, goldenrod wasn't good enough.
Are we even colors at this point?
love goldenrod.
'Cause, I mean, come on.
And maize was lovely. That was
A lovely
beautiful.
shade of yellow.
Noodles
Like
and
that
chicken and
cornflower
when it comes
blue.
to a
I'm
color
here
now.
for cornflower.
Yeah.
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle's pretty cool. It's a good
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Lavender is always a good one.
Lavender
there
was
was-
a good one.
You always know when you see it. That's
There
lavender
was
over there.
That's lavender.
And there was apricot.
Claire's
and apparently
4
it
fingers
was
alone.
just how
Only
you
her
felt.
4 fingers are lavender.
I love that. That's actually I
Oh.
love that. It's a nice shade.
Claire's
Beautiful.
left
Thank you.
hand is lavender.
Left hand lavender, baby.
It is International Left-Handers Day, so to all of you,
Aw.
out there,
For all of you
Happy-
who write weird,
whatever,
this is for you.
for being wrong. It's great. Do it.
Yeah.
For being wrong.
I have a Southpaw sister, and it has been a
A
lifetime
southpaw
of
sister.
yelling at her
Both of
because
my brothers
she's
are southpaws as
wrong-handed.
well.
She's wrong-handed.
Yeah.
She can't help it.
She's wrong-handed.
wrong.
No, honestly, if
Whoa.
you're writing with a pencil and your hand smears all of the graphite in the
Yeah, you
pencil,
failed.
that's
You failed
wrong-handed
school.
right there.
Hey,
You're
I'm so
wrong-handed.
sorry. I'm sorry you're built that way.
Whoa,
That's
whoa.
unfortunate.
I'm sorry. We're talking about hands in front of Dan. Are we offending you, banana hands? Are we
I
offending you?
love Southpaws.
Speaking of
I
wrong-
just need to make fun.
Speaking of
I'm
wrong-handed,
sorry. Is that Mount
Dan is
Rushmore or is that
wrong-handed.
Dan's hand? Jesus Christ.
I'm always wearing a baseball mitt.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
are.
say those
You are
aren't
literally
hands, they're
two
mitts.
catcher's
Hey,
mitts.
Brian.
Yeah,
Today's
you
your
were
day,
the stunt
Brian.
double
I'm
for the
sorry.
Today's
penguin.
your day, Brian.
Well, that's been
And the
enough of
scissors.
shooting the Poodoo for tonight. It's been an hour and 5 minutes of the
Yo,
end of
Dan,
it
what's it like destroying?
being a lot of
keyboards?
hand shaming, right hand shaming, left hand shaming.
How about all hand shaming, Popeye? Jesus Christ! What are you, Andre the Giant? Anybody want a
Anybody want a peanut?
Mike,
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh no.
Three kicks.
working every. Wait, Mike, what are you wearing shorts?
Yeah, all the
We're gonna
time,
find
man.
you.
I'm home, dude.
Right? Exactly.
Do you have some-
It's always somewhere in my house, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Shorts at home, dude. Seriously, unless it's
I'm
really,
fucking
really
doing
cold,
beast.
home
I'm wearing
is for shorts.
basketball shorts.
Oh yeah, I wear
No.
shorts too. I got sweatpants on right now.
Yeah.
I went to the grocery store, so I still
Like
even have my
clothes.
jeans on, but I got lots of love
Perfect.
for my Darth Vader sweatshirt at Aldi
Oh.
today.
Oh,
There you
no,
go.
it
Cashier
just
was like,
happened.
"Oh, I like your shirt." And he's like, "It's kind of like a stylized Darth Vader." I said, "That's how we do it on the dark side."
Yep,
There you go.
exactly.
Michael,
It's kind
my
of like
God.
no,
Yes,
it
yes,
is.
Daniel.
That's exactly what it is.
where can everybody
You
find
can
you?
find me in space because space is the place.
I'm
No, you can
Yeah,
find me
I'm
here every Sunday for shooting the Poodoo, and we will be back Tuesday for Baraxium Gaming. It just went down in a major way. It got a War Ragnarok. I can't even talk about it. That's how good it went down.
No, oh my god, we're hitting all the tones.
Dan's brain
I'm going through it,
did
going
like
through it.
3 somersaults and then dove.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
I've been going through all the emotions with this. I mean, just learning the ways of
Dan
fatherhood
hasn't
through
seen
Kratos.
Dan hasn't seen his socks in like 2 weeks because they were rocked off. He just went to the beach in Crocs. Just
You ever see a potato cannon? It was like,
yeah, it was insane. So you can find us there every Tuesday going forward. We're back. God of War Ragnarok until it's done. 9 p.m. EST on Baraxium. That's an underscore. Watch your step. Don't want to lose your rings on the bottom of the pit there, Sonic. It's a Floor Dash Gaming. Come see us. Check us out. Look for all the links from the Roguezilla, or even maybe stay on Target 42's Twitter page. Yeah, so stay tuned to that. And once we're done that, it's back with Dan on the sticks and me laughing at him playing Last of Us. So that should be pretty good.
we'll be getting
So-
that finished by the time maybe the second season's out.
You think
Probably.
bigger, Dan. Think
Think
bigger.
bigger. All right, we'll think big.
Think bigger.
Mark,
You can find me Sundays here with these fine folks. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, or Blue Sky at I am El Diablito.
let's all refuse to call it X. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's not X. It's
Twitter. Twitter.
Well,
shut up.
There's one thing for sure. X is going to give it to you.
Nice.
All right.
He usually does. So
Um,
it's what you're hearing. So
You can find me here on Shooting the Poodoo on Sundays. If you are really a glutton for punishment, you can follow me on Instagram. I exist on Thread, but I'm not doing anything. But I can see your posts, so
Is
by all
anyone?
means, follow
I can
me so I can follow and see the cool stuff that you put up because I can at least see it. But other than that, don't look for me. I'm not interesting. Just don't.
I'm a ghost.
Hey,
Yes.
Raven, if you want a Blue Sky ticket, I got one. Just saying. I know you.
Raven, what did Nancy Reagan tell us? Just say no.
Just say no.
Just
That's
say
right.
no.
She did say
Just
that,
say
didn't
no.
she?
She
Claire?
did say that a number of times.
Claire,
Claire?
we're going to find you.
Apparently, I don't know.
Because Leon can't.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky at CStribs. You can also follow the Imperial Senate podcast everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, blah blah blah. subscribe on YouTube. We're doing a lot of really fun like game streams recently. Like we've been playing a lot of Quiplash. We're going to be doing like Trivia Murder Party. I need to finish Jack and Daxter, so coming up soon.
Yes, you do.
I'll make sure to warn you. I'll text you, Rogue. I'll be like, Jack and Daxter stream. I know. I need to find a Jack and Daxter day, but we're doing a lot of like group games that people can play along with at home. So if you're interested in joining in, it's really fun. Mostly it's like fill in the blank kind of games like Quiplash, but we also have trivia. We're also going to do like there's a game that they do that I'm blanking on the name of right now, but it's like Pictionary, but it's on your phone and it'd be fun.
Phonetionary.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. And then we all can vote on answers and stuff. And that was a really long-winded way to say just go follow Imperial Cine Podcast places to find out what we're doing and play games with us because that's cool too.
Game streaming is fun.
It is fun.
It's the best.
Now that I'm replaying Mass Effect, I think I want to do
dude.
Do a session on that.
Do it.
Yeah. You can find me at Stay on Target 42. That's also where the game streaming will happen as well. With Michael on Tuesdays doing shooting the not shooting the Poodoo. BX Gaming. I'm sorry, I'm off. Shooting the Poodoo on Sundays live at 9. BX Gaming Tuesdays live at 9. And I also have a quick shot coming out for Vader, but check out all the quick shots that come out on our YouTube, the shorts everywhere. Claire's involved. We've got a whole fantastic crew that Chris has put together for the quick shots. So check it out. I covered Vader, and I'll also be covering D Squad of the Dark Droids series, which is like sounds so much fun. Like to read this series that's coming out. I can't wait. So yeah, all of that. Check it out. Check out all the other content we got on Bro Axiom. You guys will all love it. And me and Chris have a show coming up for Ahsoka. And it's called Abroka. So be ready for it. It's us giving you our top 3 favorite moments from each episode. Nice. I think we're going to talk about how we're going to lay out the first one since it's a 2-episode premiere. But yeah, it's if you've seen any of our other top 3 stuff, some of our best stuff was the Book of Boba Fett. We had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, check it out. Thanks for joining us, chat. Always love to see every one of you, my crew. I'll see you guys in the green room afterwards.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great night. We'll see you all next week. May the force be with you.
Always.
Bye.